Hey guys, and welcome back once again to the makeup room. I know, crazy, huh? Usually I have spaced out a little more. I got this little sample of, I know you guys have probably seen Jeffree Star use this, that Sicily double tintier. I used it yesterday and I was actually kind of like floored. I hate liking expensive products, but for some reason, I don't know if it was that or this other product I've been using, but it kind of like made my makeup not get crunchy. You know, you hear me talk about how my skin pulls all the moisture out of a foundation, and for some reason this didn't do it. And I concentrated it, as you see, between my brows, here, under my eyes, and right above and around here. That's the places that I have a hard time with stuff drying out. But I am a big fan of L'Oreal, and I got a Vox box. If you don't know what Vox boxes are, influencer, spelled with a T, influencer with a T. I know it's strange. I don't know why they did it that way, but it's a cool little program. And what they do is they, it's a review system. And if you ever want to know like truthful reviews about products, you can go on there and review, you know, check out a product and also review a product. But you go on there and you can earn points. You earn points by doing reviews. You earn points by your social media, like how many subs you have, you know, subscribers you have on your different platforms. Also, just your, you know, your activity as far as your online activity. And mine's not huge, but I have a decent little one. But I get quite a few of these boxes. The reason being I get more of them every time I get a product. Yes, I come here and want to review it for you guys, but also I go on there and review it, which earns me more points. And then they say, this was somebody that's going to review products. This is somebody that if we send them something, they're going to make sure to let everybody know. So I do that. Anyway, I got a L'Oreal box. In the L'Oreal was the, I think there was 5 products in it. It was that rosy tone moisturizer, a mask. And the other thing that was in here, this is what I'm getting to, is this is L'Oreal All Over Honey Balm, Age Perfect Hydra Nutrition All Over Honey Balm. That is this here, and it says, use twice a day, can be used on face, neck, chest, and hands. Now, let me go ahead and show it to you. It is like a cream. It is very, very moisturizing. I'm just going to show you my hand. It sinks right in. But the neat thing about this is, well, let it get all the way. I have some on my hands already, so let me kind of rub this in. But I don't know if you can see how it's not, it's hard to like show you something's not greasy, but it's not. I'm the kind of person, I put lotion on my hands and I go wash my hands. I don't like it. I don't like anything on me, but I've been using it on my under eye here, and you guys know that is my biggest problem, is this under eye wants to pull inward. And I've been using it on there for about 4 days, 5 days now, and and when I've been using this Sicily, my foundation's been a little better. But I've been using the Born This Way foundation, and I found that it's a little dry for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put two little squirts of that in there. And now this is the La Mer foundation. I like this foundation for like a light day because it is a thinner formula. If you have not seen this, let me show you. I'm just going to add this to that. I'm going to add 2 squirts of that. You see how that's a little thinner, and they are wow, they are about the same color. That is like amazing. Let me see if I can show you this. Look at that. They're like so close. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I want to try to mix these together, and the reason being is the La Mer foundation is very moisturizing. It has a lot of skin care properties to it, and I don't really like to wear it by itself. It's okay, but it's not great. Now, the Too Faced, I love the coverage, but I'm not getting, yeah, see, I got a little more of a cooler tone out of it, because I like that cooler tone that the La Mer has, but also I like the dewiness that the La Mer has, and the longevity of the dewiness you know, meaning it doesn't dry out on my skin so fast. And for some reason, the Too Faced, if you have tried the Too Faced foundation and you did not like it, go back and revisit it, because I think they changed their formula for one. And the other thing is something to do with this sponge and that formula is a godsend, because I didn't like this foundation at all. Actually, I put way too much out. But I like this. I don't have to use really anything else. But I wanted to see if this would solve the problem that I have with my foundation getting a little crunchy. You know, where my skin pulls all that moisture out of it at the end. Not even the end of the day. You guys always see me talk about how right in here and under my eyes just look kind of dry at the end of the day. And that is the whole reason why I don't use, one thing, I don't really need it, except for if I want to brighten under my eyes. But I don't really have darkness under my eyes. Not anything like serious that that foundation doesn't cover. You know, and when we get, you know, a little more mature, your skin changes. We all know that. God, that looks scary. I'm looking at it in my mirror, what it's going to look like in real time. Now, this is a full coverage foundation, which the La Mer should have taken a little of that coverage down, but I don't know if it really did. But we'll see. The hardest part is getting it blended around my eyes up here without getting it in my eye. And actually, that worked out. That was a lot of foundation, but this brush, I had just washed this sponge out. See, this sponge doesn't soak up a whole lot, but it's a sponge, and you know, they do soak up. I'm sorry, I keep going off camera, but I have a mirror right here in front of me that I like to really just get up close and personal. I'm not going to use any primer on my eyes today. I just want to kind of, right in my eyeball. Just want to cancel out a little bit of that discoloration on my eyelid. But I'm already liking that. See, that kind of gave back a little bit of the dewiness to the Too Faced foundation, and it gave a little bit more coverage to the La Mer. I thought these two, and it's creasing under my eyes, but that's all right. You know, when you get my age, creasing is like part of life. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's still quite a bit left on there. So, but that happens when you mix foundations. That tends to happen. Now, I like to let it set. Oh, my nose itches, and I hate that because my foundation is wet and my nose itches. I'm going to have to fix that. There we go. There's certain spots on my foundation that tend to not look all that great, and the bridge of my nose is always one of them. I do have these freckles, but they're like washed out kind of freckles. Oh, see, for some reason that red comes through right here on my cheek. Right there at the point of my cheek. There we go. I don't know why. That's the hardest spot right here to cover for me. And then I have to kind of blend it down my neck a little bit. It's not necessarily for the color, it's just the redness. So what I tend to do is just kind of blend it down like that. There we go. But anyway, this stuff here has been a godsend for me. I can't say enough good things about it. It really is nice. Another thing I tried, I forget which one of you guys, if you guys remember who it was, or it's you, thank you very much. This was a godsend. Is the Laura Mercier, but the pressed powder. It is so much better. What I like to do is a big fluffy brush. This is the E41. I think this is from the original Jaclyn Hill set. And I like to get a nice little amount of it. And just kind of pop that. Now, I don't want to like use a super ton because I did mix these foundations for a reason. I want more of a dewy look, but I am going to want to make sure it's set, like especially like in the cheeks and around the edge of the perimeter of my face. I tend to like to make sure right in here. And if you pay attention, I'm not brushing that product. I'm patting that product. And when you pat that product, you tend to get such a better coverage from it. You get a softer, sorry, when you're like me, you get wrinkles right here. And what I do is kind of pull them open. Now, if you have mature skin like me, you'll get creasing in this. But anyway, but if you pat that product in, I'm not picking up a lot of product. I barely used any. To give you an idea, I just kind of run around, tap it, and see, give you an idea. It's like hardly any product in here. I just dropped the little spongy thing that came with this, which I'm never going to use anyway, so we're good to go. But I have been liking the pressed powders a lot more. There we go. Now, at this point, I like to go ahead and do all my base type products. I am going to do my brows. I hate getting foundation in my brows because my brows are light colored anyway. So what I do is I take my setting spray and my spoolie and I just dampen it and kind of rub it in with my finger a little bit. And then I will go and just lightly go through my brows. There we go. See how that gets that product out. If you ever wonder if you get foundation in your brows and you can't figure it out, it took me forever to figure that out. I know it's such an easy fix, but I tried wiping them. I tried like running my finger across them. I tried just, you know, forget it and ignore it, and they never looked right. So I started doing it that way. And I done, you know, why do these girls on here, there's a few of them, it's funny because they'll tell you, well, I do my brows the same way every time, so I'll be right back. I'm going to do them off camera. Do you ever notice there's quite a few of them that have never done their brows online? Or, you know, maybe that's your first time watching them and you want to see their brows online. I try to do my makeup where if you really would like to follow along, you can. You know, because you can do it along with me, because I don't cut a whole lot out of my videos. I cut a lot of the ums and ahs and, you know, a lot of stupid things I say that I just, like, I'll be editing my video and I'll say something just totally that I think is ridiculous, and I'll be like, why did I say that? Or I'll repeat the same thing 5 times, or change the subject in the middle of talking about something and then go back without even taking a breath. I do that. I'm terrible about that. So, but anyway. A few of you guys have asked about how my health's doing. I'm doing okay. My digestion issues are still the same. I'm so over it. A couple of you guys expressed that you have the same thing, and I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Gastroparesis it's a nightmare. It's just like your stomach just decides to say one day, screw you, I'm not going to digest food anymore, and it sucks. Where is my dual? I like these dual fiber brushes for using on like on highlighter type products. This is one I've been really using a lot. It's a Morphe 406, and it's a big dual fiber. I think this is actually like a foundation brush. But I had mentioned in my last video about the Flesh. This is Lift from Flesh Beauty, and it is you can kind of see, it's kind of a light, kind of champagne-y gold. but I like to pick it up on a dual fiber and just kind of lightly, see how that, it's not really showing, there we go, it's not showing up all that great on camera. It's not like a blinding, it's not a blinding highlight. You can build this up. I mean, as you see on my hand, you could build this thing to blinding if you want, but if you blend it out, look at, it's so just like a natural, beautiful look to it. And I just love, I love that natural glow, and I like to put it on before I put anything else on my face. Well, after my foundation, of course. But I like to put it on, and I kind of push it together when I go down my nose just to kind of get it centered there and right across here. Now, if you wind up feeling like you put on too much, one of the good things about doing it first is you're still putting on a lot of products on top of that, but like you can always go, see, and pat in some powder like that to lighten it up. But I do like to buff my skin, the final step. I like to go over and buff everything out. I've really been loving this palette. This was, what is this thing called? The Holidays Contour and Spotlight palette from Smashbox, but I've been just adoring this color. It is like the perfect cool tone, and what I will do is I'll even pick up a little bit of this, or is that it? Yeah, a little bit of this one here, and even a little bit, where is it? Here, of this here to lighten it if I have to. But I use this to contour, and then I use kind of these two together to bronze, and then this to kind of set that contour. It's like they're the perfect tones together. I've been really liking them. I cleaned a bunch of my brushes and didn't put them back in the right spot, so now I've used them and put them back in the wrong spot again. But I'm gonna go in with this one here. That's that real cool toned one there. And this is, what is this, an R10 by Morphe. And see, that is just kind of the perfect cool tone for me. I'm going to have to look down in this. I tend to look in the monitor, and monitors are so off as far as your tones. This, for some reason, see, it shows up a little muddy on camera, but in person, it's really not. It's really pretty in person. But I take that one, and then I just kind of brush that out, kind of knock that color, just kind of make sure I have all that out, and then I'll go into this center one here. This one's got a more kind of orangey tone, and I'll bring that right up here and right up here, just to kind of bronze. I've been doing this quite different than I used to, and I've really been liking it. And then I go back in with this powder brush and kind of blend them together. See, and that takes that ashiness down and just kind of gives you a nice blended look. I will come back with just a tiny bit of that and cut in right there. I like to keep that right there. Oh, that's, well, see, I'm looking at the monitor. I need to quit doing that because the monitor and the real light are totally different, which is crazy. Now, this is a fake Kat Von D brush. It's a number 10. I think it's her contour brush. But I like to take it in this cream tone right here. I just picked that up. I use this one because it's nice just to come in and just really see how it fits perfect right there without putting too much product, but it really just kind of crispens up that. And kind of right here, that just really, it gets you a little bit of brightness. I always like to come in and just a little bit of brightness under my eyes, because I feel like no matter what, when you're working those products right around there, you do get it in the under eye area. See, this is like the perfect, it's kind of angled right there, so it's perfect right here. Just come in right there and right there. Now, I like to highlight right here in these deep lines, my smile lines. I like to not highlight, but use a highlighter, a lighter powder. And the reason being is to try to take away from that shadow there. For some reason, my nose is looking a little dark. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like no matter what, every day my makeup will look different. I could use the same colors and they'll still look different. I finally got some more of my Morphe spray. Thank God. I love this stuff. It's the only one that's like a really light but continuous spray like this. It's a really light mist. It reminds me of the, oh my God, what is it? Evian, that Evian water. It reminds me of that a lot. Now, I don't want to move a lot because I don't want to disrupt that to where it kind of like would start to drip, because I do it kind of heavy around the eye area and right in this area. The reason being is, I got too much highlighter right there. The reason being is I like to make sure to keep plenty of moisture, and this does really help with the moisture under my eyes. This combination has really been working very well for me. And what all I do is kind of go a little heavy right there, get them damp just under my eye area, and just dry it down. And it just really helps all those powder products just to kind of meld together and just really kind of set in there nice. Now, as far as eyes, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to grab this here. If you guys haven't tried this, this is the Snow Angels. They had this on sale for like next to nothing at Ulta. I had to go to like 4 different Ultas because they were out of it online, and I found one that actually had. They had like 10 of them. This is the Snow Angel. It is so stinking pretty. Let me cover that up so you can see. They're all matte, and this is the cutest little brush. I love this little guy here for underneath my eye. It works perfect for that. But as far as really anything else, this is like too small for me. I'm going to go ahead and grab my handy dandy. You know, I want to try my new brushes today. I got these 2 new brushes. These are Hakuhodo brushes. And this is the J5533. This is the rounded fluffy brush. These are goat hair. They're beautiful and they're so soft. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up that lightest color. Let me get this brush out so I can show you. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this color here. I'm just going to pat that in. I'm going to pick that up. Wow, no. There we go. Oh, wow. This is so soft. Oh my gosh, look how easy that blends. Now, these brushes, believe it or not, are not any more expensive than Morphe brushes. I believe I paid $17 for this one. And, I mean, Morphe, you're going to spend, depending on which one you get, I mean, you're going to spend around 8, 10, 12 bucks on them. But when you're getting a higher quality brush for just a few bucks more, it's very worth it. Now, oh, wow. This is like, this brush is almost like blending itself. It's crazy. Look how pretty that is. Plus, these shadows are not bad quality either. So let's go ahead and blend that up. I'm just going to use that in my transition. Go ahead, same thing on the other side. I like to kind of pat the product down and then kind of blend it out. I always wind up putting more on one side than the other. You ever notice that? I think we all do it. Now, I keep a towel here on my lap, and what I do is I just go like this across the towel. I just noticed I have highlighter on my hand. That is so pretty. That's so stinking pretty. I love that highlighter. Now, I like to lay the brush this way where I'm actually using this part of the brush, that very edge right there, because this is a tapered brush. If you see, the bristles are not cut off flat. They're tapered up. So you have this whole area right here to use. And what I do is I bring it up to where you're keeping the flatter part down in the actual crease, and you're using the edge to really blend that out. There we go. I almost need like a lighter color besides this just to blend that edge out. This is a little dark for what I was wanting. I usually use that raspberry color. Let me put, but it is pretty. I wanted something different for today, just to kind of brighten my eyes up. You know, you ever notice you feel so much better when you look better? Or when you feel like you look better. I mean, you don't even have to really look better. Just even if you feel better. Now, I'm going to use my color switch. I want to see how easy that it switches from color to color. Because this is a natural brush. That is really nice. I'm not like digging in. I'm just lightly. And that all that product came out. Now, at that point, it's the product more than it is the brush. Now, the other one that I got a smaller. This is the large rounded shader brush, and this is the small shader brush. This is the J5529, where this one was the J5533, just to give you an idea. This one is more, it's like a kind of cross between a large pencil brush and a shader brush. I liked it because I think it's going to be really nice to get right in here where I like to do details. I think it's going to be really good for that. Now, as far as this look today, it's not really, don't really have a use for it. I am going to grab, this is just a 441 brush from Morphe, and I'm going to use that just because I need a clean brush just to sweep the top, just to kind of blend that out a little more. I really wish I would have got 2 of those because I would have used that to blend that edge out a little more, but all I'm doing is kind of coming around the edge just to make sure. See, it just barely picked up any product, but I really want to blend the edge off. And it's hard to do when you have product on a brush. Now I'm going to come back in with this one and just, I'm going to grab a tad bit of that. And I'm just going to pop that right there because I feel like this side is a little darker right in here than that one. There we go. I want that outside of the eye right there really, really defined today. There we go. I've been really liking my lids a lot lighter color. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. And I've been using, let me grab the same brush out here. Just using that clean brush again to go around the very edge perimeter. I always like to keep a clean brush just to kind of sweep around. But what am I going to do? What do I want to do with the rest of this? I think I'm going to use that blue underneath and then use the, if you guys haven't seen these, I did a video on these. These are the Rainforest of the Sea glass. And this one is Night Dive. And I've been just going crazy using this one on my lid because I just adore it. I'm going to use that, and then I want to use the blue underneath, but I want to throw something in my waterline real quick. What do I want to put in the waterline? I think I'm just going to put, where's that charcoal? I got this charcoal gray color. You know me, I love the Smashbox Always Sharp waterproof coal liners, and this one is in the color Storm. This is that charcoal gray color. And I'm going to throw that in the waterline just to kind of define that eye. I like this color because it's not as, you know, stark as black. It's more of a smoky kind of look. See how that, it's a lot softer than using a black, but you still get that definition that you would with a dark color in the waterline. I'm an 80s kid, and that was the big thing, was the darker the eyeliner, the better. I used black eyeliner in my waterline from the time that I could touch an eyeliner till not too long ago. And then I switched to blue for a while. Oh, I hate that. I hate tightlining my eyes. My eyes water like crazy when I do it, and I always miss. See, I missed right there. Always. Now, I switched to blue. In the 90s, it was more like navy blues and stuff came in the waterline, which I thought was very pretty. But now it's like any color. It's like whatever color you want to use in your waterline, use it. I'm going to just blend this out. I kind of want this a little lighter. I'm just taking a clean brush. I love the way that brush blended, but I really, it's like when I buy one brush, I get mad because then I really wish I would have bought like the whole set, because I find myself wanting another brush in this set. And I think I'm going to go ahead and order a few of these. They had a couple sets. This is the company that makes the Wayne Goss brushes. Just to give you an idea, the Wayne Goss brush like this would be $38, where this one I think was $18. I may be wrong, give or take a few bucks, but that's why I went ahead that way and got that. I'm going to grab the brush that came in this kit, and I'm going to use the tapered, that little tapered kind of pencil brush side, and I'm going to go into that blue color right there. And I'm going to try to keep this as tight as I can to my lash line. I want color there, but I don't want to I don't want it blown out real big. I want to keep it kind of tight. You want to be careful not to, you know, go back and forth. If you see, I'm not tapping off my brush, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want a little heavier pigment. But when you do that, you don't want to like brush back and forth on your lashes, because you're going to cause fallout. Where if you just kind of go straight on, and just, if you see I'm kind of tapping, you're just kind of tapping that pigment on there. There we go. Same thing on this side. And I'm coming up here where I'm going to be able to meet this top lash line right there, because I'm going to do that top corner also. What I got over here, I guess. Where I bumped out with the, I always do that. You always want to make sure when you're doing these to open your eye and just check and make sure, because if you're not getting real close to the lash line, you'll end up with kind of a light spot there that almost looks, it almost makes your shadow look patchy, because you're wanting this to appear to be like a liner. All right, there we go. There's that. Now I'm going to grab this. This is the Tarte, it's called Night Dive, and this is the Rainforest of the Sea Glass colors. If you did not see my video on that, please take a minute to check it out. It is cool. It shows you the different, a couple of the different colors in this, and it also shows you the melted shadows from Huda. See how pretty that, and that just really makes that eye pop. And this stuff, if you've got hooded eyes, you'll love this, because it does not like get all mushy and blended and it doesn't make a mess. You want to let it dry down though. It's so pretty. And if you guys have not been to California, there's a place in California. It's the Glass Beach. It's in Northern California, and it used to be actually a dump. I know you're thinking, oh gross, why did she tell me about a dump? But what makes it cool is all of the glass and pottery and stuff that got thrown away got broken up into these little pebbles, and over time the sand just rubbed them like, you know, smooth, and kind of even some of them were polished. And what that did was made them like, it almost looks like if you opened a pirate's chest and saw the jewels, how it looks. I'm just gonna grab this little, I don't even know what brush this is. This is an E37 from Morphe. You know, I know all these damn Morphe brushes, but you know what? Morphe brushes are great when you're starting out. They're very inexpensive, and you can get a wide variety of them in these sets for like next to nothing. Do I want? No, I don't want to put that up there. But see how pretty that is? I love that look. I'm going to go ahead and spray a little more of the setting powder, or setting spray. Now, I want to grab the highlighter again. Yeah, I'm going back into it. I'm going to grab the Flush highlighter. Actually, I don't even think I need any. I got plenty on here still. I'm just going to go ahead There, yeah, there's plenty still on there. You see how I lightly did the setting spray on my face, and then I'm coming in with this? The reason being just to help it kind of stick better. I didn't go heavy, but see, it's giving me like a glow. You know, I know some of you girls are going, oh, I don't want my face looking like it looks greasy. You know what? When you got dry skin, a greasy face is a greasy look is a godsend. But what do I want to do with my lips? I don't know. I've been really liking this color from Jeffree Star. It is, I think it's called Scandalous. But another color I've really been digging is this here. Is this it? How do you find the names? I can't find the name on it. I got the set of 3 from Pat McGrath. I always wanted to try her lipsticks, and they're very cute. They're teeny. You get 3 in the set. Actually, here, I'll show you all 3. They're very cute. They're very matte, but they're like a satiny kind of, they're very comfortable. That is the 3 colors you get. They're kind of nudie red colors. 1985 is the one that I really liked, which is this one. It's the lightest, but it's kind of a nude with a little bit of a burgundy kind of red to it. Like a cross between like a rosy kind of tone with a little bit of almost a burgundy. And you don't even need a liner with these. These are the kind of lipsticks that go on and they stay where you put them. And look, one swipe. The only reason I'm going back over it is to kind of even it up. And they got the perfect point to them. Not too rounded and not too pointed, so I can actually use it to really outline my lips. And that is it. This is one of the most comfortable lipsticks. I've actually thought about going ahead and getting that in the full size just because it is so stinking comfortable. Now, it is a lipstick. It's not a liquid. It is going to transfer. It's not super bad. And after you've pat it, after you've kind of blotted it a few times, it's not as bad. See? You still get a little transfer, but I still have color. But, I mean, you've got to go through blotting it off first. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you later. I know this video was kind of all over there, but I just wanted to show you a few little things that I was doing. Just kind of throw some makeup on and kind of have a good time with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.